What's up, my peeps? It's Adventure Omega, and today we're going to be doing sort of like a mini review of the Nintendo Switch wired controller by PowerA. And yeah, I decided to pick up the Breath of the Wild edition because the Yoshi one doesn't look that good in my opinion. The Donkey Kong one, I'd trigger Christian with it. And although I think the Bowser one looks the best, I need more Zelda stuff in my collection, so yeah, the PowerA thing. So, for comparison's sake, here it is next to the Joy-Cons on the Joy-Con grip. You could already see there's a massive improvement in the shape of the controller, as this is kind of an awkward block. Not bad, this is like an actual controller shape, and that's what I like about it. And the joysticks, while this only rotates much, these feel like actual joysticks. And if for those of you who want to see the box, there it is, wired controller, stuff like that. So one of the key aspects of this controller is that it's a cheap controller. For $24, you can get a pretty decent controller where you could use it. But with it being cheap comes some missing features such as rumble, motion controls, and NFC, which aren't, depending on what type of gamer you are, it really isn't that much of a deal breaker. When you do pick up this controller, I mean, you get the controller obviously, but you also get this 8-feet extension cable for the controller. It's USB, so you could legitimately charge your phone with this thing if you really wanted to. And if you're lazy enough, you could just plug it into your bed and just charge it somewhere else. And depending on your setup, it's either going to be too short or too long to use. You could see here, it all really depends on how far your Switch is from the TV, and well, yeah, it isn't too long, but I wouldn't call it exactly that short either. And regarding how the thing works, it actually works pretty well. The joysticks are responsive, all the buttons are responsive as well, and I really wouldn't have any problems with this controller at all. For precise moving, I could also say that this controller is pretty good, and for competitive games such as Super Smash Bros., Mario Kart, and Rocket League, these joysticks are so much better than the actual Joy-Con joysticks. And I could definitely say, without a doubt, that this controller, unlike the Joy-Cons,
it's normal size and fully functional.
Hey, yeah, that was a terrible joke, but alright. In short, the PowerA wired controller is a pretty good, cheap alternative to all of you who are tired of using the Joy-Cons with stubby joysticks and the small buttons. And yeah, this definitely is a pretty good alternative to the Pro Controller. Again, if you're looking for just a cheap alternative for a competitive play on the Switch, then this is for you. But if you care a lot about motion controls, the NFC, and also the rumble, then yeah, that'd probably be a deal breaker, and you're probably better off buying a normal Pro Controller instead. But anyways, thank you for watching this PowerA wired controller review for Nintendo Switch, and hopefully you guys will consider subscribing to this channel, and tell me in the comments what you guys think about this controller and what your favorite design is. So anyways, this is Adventure Omega saying goodbye.